Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Monday edition of Moohead Radio. I'm your host, the Big and Furry Bovine. For the next hour or so, sit back, relax, and we control all that you see and hear. We'll be talking about the Cavaliers quite a bit and going a little bit back in time to look at game one and what changes might be in order in game two. And I'm adding Mr. Moose in here, who is late for a most important date.
I'm here. I just couldn't see the link. If you send it in StreamYard, how would I see it? Because I can't get into StreamYard. Do you get that? I need your link to get into. I could sign into StreamYard as Moose, but I can't pick up private messages, can I?
It's also right on.
Yeah, I just clicked on it. I just clicked on it.
Yeah, it was not only there, but it's actually on YouTube and everything. So what?
I'm not seeing
yeah, I don't know. There's something.
Let me refresh on that.
Refresh.
Refresh. That's the goal.
So
no,
yeah, we're
on YouTube. I don't see it on YouTube.
Wow, that's very interesting because it's right here in front of my face. At any rate, maybe you're right. Maybe it's not there. And let's see if I can pull it up. Hey, hey.
Sorry,
here's YouTube. And
sorry to the one viewer that's probably wanting to hear about.
And there it is. Right there, the panelists and everything else, right there.
Right there in our show.
Yeah, it's interesting. The other thing that's interesting is that I went to the actual page and it doesn't appear to be broadcasting.
Yeah, I know. It's not on. It's not doing anything. I don't know what's going on.
Well, that's weird. That means nobody is seeing this theoretically. Is anybody else seeing this broadcast? Well, it says 11 people are watching.
Maybe it depends on which one you're. Maybe the one version is working and not the the landscape.
Oh, there now it's up. All right, I don't know what we had a little, some kind of a little glitch. What the hell do I know? Do I look like I am a, savvy person?
Starting on the starting here too.
Yeah, I'm a cow, and I don't know about shit like this.
We don't know it.
But
we know nothing.
We'll be talking about game one. We'll be talking about game two. We'll be talking about the surprising Detroit Piston loss, as we do a lot of NBA talk today.
It's not surprising the Pistons lost.
Well, in one respect it is, and in one respect it isn't. We're gonna start out with Cavaliers talk. And we're still waiting to hear if Emmanuel Quickly is going to play tonight for the Raptors. The thing that makes this very interesting is that people say, well, he's not that great a player. He's only like a 37% three-point shooter. But he's the guy who averages 6 assists for them and is also a speedier guy who maybe could pick up the tempo and become more of a pest defensively. Because the thing that I noted most in the first game is they could not get their motor running.
They looked like the Cavs you normally do during, these afternoon games. Instead, it looked like they swapped jerseys.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was more than that. It was that they didn't have speed in the lineup, and the one thing that hurts the Cavaliers is pressure and speed. And it just wasn't there for them. And I think Quickly's absence meant a lot. And it's not just from a scoring perspective. It's from a perspective of setting up the offense, running it quickly, and also having quick hands and trying to get things up in the open court. They're not a run-em, gut-em team like the Atlanta Hawks or anything like that. So, but the realities are the realities about game one. And it isn't that the Raptors totally shit the bed. They shot 52% from the floor.
Yeah, but they weren't getting rebounds because we weren't giving them rebounds because we were making our threes.
And well, they made 48% of their 3-point shots, which is way beyond what they normally would do.
That's very unusual for them.
And on the rebounding side, they had a total of 27 rebounds, and to compare that to the Cavaliers, who had 33. I mean, it's not that much of a disparity. If you start looking at this, they got scoring from Brandon Ingram, 17 points. RJ Barrett had a good game by his standards, 24 points. Scotty Barnes had 21 points, and the argument will continue whether who's better, Evan Mobley. I don't give a shit who's better. It's about what team is better right now.
That is so boring, that discussion. I mean,
Jakob Poeltl, he played 21 minutes, but he can't hit the broadside of a barn. But he was their leading rebounder with 6 rebounds. And and the only person who scored off their bench to speak of was the young fellow, Colin Murray Boyles, out of South Carolina.
Great name. Name. Sounds like Sherlock Holmes character.
I thought he was on Saturday Night Live, wasn't he?
That was Brian Doyle Murray.
Oh, shit. I knew it was. Yeah. So it wasn't that, from a statistical perspective, it wasn't that they were that terrible. What really shocked me in the aftermath of game 1 was Brandon Ingram, who got off to this great start and wasn't even hitting the rim. It was pure net, everything that they ran for him. And when they asked him after the game, it's like, why did you only have 1 shot in the entire second half? Which seems absolutely bizarre for your leading scorer to only have 1 shot in a second half of a road game.
See the ball. I mean, I don't know.
Well, what he said tells me something is not good there. And Darko, who's the coach of the Raptors, told him, according that they were to run him off screens. So they weren't letting him play in the open court to get the ball and make a start move. He was in the pick and roll. And once the Cavaliers figured out what they were doing, they just took it away. Dean Wade did a good job of keeping him and covering him on the roll. And there was the other communication, which I just don't understand the strategy. Darko should have his head examined, because there were 2 big men down there. If you're going to run a pick and roll and you're going to roll him off, you're rolling him off to Jarrett Allen and to Evan Mobley. And I don't necessarily think you want to do that to your leading scorer. But
that don't make sense at all.
I had video of one play that got gobbled up by the internet, and I don't know what happened to it, but it was the classic situation where they tried to get the ball down low off of a pick and roll action, and you could just see that Evan Mobley just came right over and filled in the
whack.
And just forced a miss, and the Cavaliers got a rebound and went the other way. Hey, Chubba Wubba Hub, hi there, I'm Bill Masterson. I'm from Canal Fulton also. Yeah, Canal Fulton, Ohio. Hey, I'm going to be up that way for the whole summer, and I'm not very far. I'm probably only 15 to 17 minutes away from Canal Fulton. Yeah. So that'll give you an idea of where Mr. Moohead is located without giving away my real location, so that people won't firebomb my home. But good having you, Chubba Wubba Hub.
They'd have to really care to hate you that much.
I guess. If you don't hate me by now. I've been doing this for too long, and I am a detestable person,
By the way, Emmanuel Quickly is popping up on the betting apps. You can get 8 to 15 for him to hit 2 threes. So normally when that happens, I'd say he's playing. Now there is the odd possibility that he might be a late scratch, but if he's popping up on these apps for
interesting
betting lines, then
that's why we have David Talevsky David, could you check on your internet to see if Emmanuel Quickly has been given the green light to play against the Cavaliers? I can't imagine that he's going to sit, because this is it. I mean, if they lose the second game, there's two ways of looking at it. If they don't have the guy who sets up the offense and kind of stirs the drink, then then they're in trouble. And on the other hand, if he does play and they lose, they're even in worse trouble. But the flow of the game was such that the Cavaliers never really seemed in any great danger.
No, they didn't even break into a sweat. God damn it!
And and the thing that was missing, and I gave you a bunch of stats here in the beginning of the program. The thing that stood out to me is they just didn't get steals, and this is what they live off of. And they had one steal by Barrett, one steal by Pirtle, and another by Mamu Kedlashvili, and that was it. And without them getting help in the break, they're not like Atlanta. They're not like a team that's going to go up and down the floor and has so many athletic guys. RJ Barrett can only go to his left. Let's be honest about this. RJ Barrett is not a great three-point shooter, but he was 50% in the first game. He shot 7 for 13 from the floor, and he played a good game. They were a minus 16 when he was on the floor. And he very predictable when he gets his hands on the ball. He wants to go down the lane and he wants to kind of flick it up with his left hand, but he isn't big and bulky. So it isn't like he can just drive it to the hole. He did get 9 free throws, and Brandon Ingram got 10 free throws. And in fact, the whole situation with Tony Brothers.
I was just about to say that. God, he should be smothered, brother.
They had 35 free throws in the game, and the home team, once again, the Cavaliers, they had 28, and it wasn't like this game was handed to anybody. This is just
and then the other game, the Pistons game, was like an absolute brawl. Can you imagine? There had been a foul called every 5 seconds in that game.
Yeah,
but they let it go, and then Brothers, like, with these ticky-tacky fouls,
he disrupts the whole flow of a game.
I mean, he just has to get his face on TV or
it's
something.
Bizarre,
and
really bizarre.
Jalen Tyson must have him on his 8 list or something, because Tyson always picks up 5-6 fouls whenever Brothers is refereeing. It's unbelievable. I don't know how many he had in how many few minutes, but it was ridiculous.
The other interesting thing, Dean Wade was a plus 20, and he only scored 5 points. He only had 5 points, and he was 1 of 2 from 3 points, and he just played good defense. And you look at, you got 10 points from Jared Allen, who's clearly hurt. He played 28 minutes, but wasn't asserting himself in the beginning of the game. He was, but as the game went on, you could see
him open in the beginning of the game, and then they shut all that down. They stopped all that.
And but he got 7 rebounds. Mobley had 7 rebounds and 17 points. Harden got his 22, and Donovan got his 32. But the question mark, who's going to stand up tonight? It was Max Strus in the first game.
Yeah, we said this on Friday, that one of these guys, Strus, Merrill, it's got to be the guy hitting the threes to win these games, and it was Strus. So I'm thinking it's going to be Merrill tonight. So anyway, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, right. Oh, brother.
I think he should be smothered, but anyway.
Oh, thank you.
Smothered,
thank you, Tommy. Yeah. So, but that one person who needs to have a big game for the Cavaliers, it can be Max Strus, it can be Sam Merrill,
or even Wade, for that matter. Wade can get hot.
Wade can score the ball if he's left open from the corner and the wing. Yeah. Then you have the other, which is Keon Ellis, who can once in a while do more than just defense.
12 points, when
and he can hit a few open threes if you give them to him. But Merrill is the most logical person who could break loose and give them, a 20-point game like Strus did, a 24-point game in the first game. Jalen Tyson, I'm getting a little worried about. He just looks like his confidence is deflated. He was making stupid fouls on the floor.
Yeah, but they called every. I mean, if he looked at somebody funny, he got a foul called on him. So yeah, I don't know about that.
Well, and David is basically wants to immolate him. That means pour gas on him and put him up in flames. I'm not ready to do. I'm not ready to do that to Jalen. But the thing is that he looks like
get hot. He could be the big guy in the game.
He needs to have open wing looks, and he's got to pull the trigger. And if he doesn't pull the trigger, he's not going to beat you with his defense. And he doesn't appear to be the smartest guy in the room. Some of the fouls were just foolishness, and he was kind of laughing and acting out. And then just get him off the floor. It's too important for this. But again, the capacity for him to score double-digit points is there if he utilizes his minutes a little bit more wisely. There's also a greater chance that Donovan Mitchell is going to go off for 40 than there is that Brandon Ingram or RJ Barrett or Scotty Barnes are going to go off for 40. Now,
I would agree with that.
And we're not even talking about James Harden, who it isn't at this point, with the way he's handling the offense, is not a primary guy who's going to get 40 points in a game. But if he's getting his assists, and he had 10 in the first game, if he gets his assists and he's scoring in the 22 to 24 point range and he's getting to the free throw line, that it makes for a difficult situation. You look at what the Cavaliers accomplished. Dean Wade played 23 minutes, Jared Allen 28, Mobley 33, Harden 33, and Mitchell 31. And that's, right there. Max Strus played 24, Merrill played 21, Tyson 14, and Keon Ellis 15. They weren't running up minutes. When you take a look at what happened in Toronto, Brandon Ingram was on the floor 36 minutes, only to take one shot in the second half.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an interesting situation.
Yeah, that's the Chewbacca offense. It don't make no sense.
Well, I honestly, I have questions about the Raptors. On any given night, professionals can get hot and they can have a tremendous game. And Shed got 17 points in the game. And his shots came from wide open threes where they were daring him to shoot. And basically were saying, okay, Jamal, you take the shot. As long as Brandon Ingram is not taking any shots, you can have all that you want.
You have all the donuts you want in the world.
That's right. And again, that's the other thing in the equation, Ron, is that you never know when Mobley will have a 20-point game. He's been consistently around 17, 18 points, but you just never know. And the Cavaliers actually made 79% of their free throws, which by Cavalier standards is pretty damn good. And that's the other thing that has hurt, the Cavaliers. And, even Mobley hit 4 of 6. I know it's 67%, but it's better than the sub 50 that he's been hitting in a lot of games. So this is going to be a situation where who will stand out for the Raptors off a bench that has Mamus Kalashvili, that has Colin Murray Boyles, and they're going to give him more time. He's just a second-year player. And Jacoby Walter, who got 28 minutes of run. But I doubt that you're going to see Grady Dick. You're not going to see Dick.
No, you're not going to see Dick at all. I mean,
Coach doesn't like Dick.
But the Kalashvili guy, he's. Did you hear the Prime announcers went? He's the best basketball player to ever come out of Georgia. And then
Yeah.
the Republican
These would make sense to me.
Yes.
Very good sense of humor.
Moose and squirrel moment there.
And yes, Richard, you're absolutely right. Them shooting like 50% from three is an aberration, Moo. It's an aberration. They are a 30 some odd percent, 33, 34%, 35% three-point shooting team. And you could see as the game progressed, people were standing out and they had looks and they didn't want to take them. And they just looked like they were out of sorts and there was no rhythm for them. So,
well, it's funny here because, you guys call it parlays. We call it bet builders here in England. And they have this one bookies here advertises the most backed bet builders for this game. And this one's been back over 300 times. Cavaliers to win by 11, win the over. Max Strus to get 3 threes. Harden to have 8+ assists, and Mobley to have 8+ rebounds. Now, none of that could happen. Absolutely none of that could happen. But that's what people are betting on here. And the thing about the Cavs is that when one guy like Strus has a good game, then the next night, the other team shuts that guy down, and it ends up being Merrill having the good game. Just keep your money in your wallet and don't get involved with any of this, because the other favorite thing they have is they have Donovan Mitchell's +30 and Harden +20. Well, in the last game, Harden just snuck into getting 20 points. He was on 18 points for after the second quarter, and then he hardly played and he hardly got the ball.
Well, what I want to know is how could they put odds on Emmanuel Quickly when there's no listing that he's even playing?
He's still on there.
He's a game-time decision according to all the sources I can find on the internet.
Well,
what would happen if somebody placed a bet on him and it's like, well, he's not going to play, and they'll take your money?
Yeah. Well, they voided
here.
They void it here if he doesn't play, but he's to get plus 10 points, he's 4-7. So, you bet $10, you'd get 15 back. So, something like that. And Strus is evens, Jacob Pertl, and Mamu Kavashvili is 5-4. So you bet 10, you get 21 back. But anyway.
Yeah, and as the world turns, what I think is going to happen tonight is going to tell the story of this playoff round.
Well, game 2 is always vital. Game 2,
game 2 is the toughest to hold your home court on, because the first game is kind of touch and go. The team's on the road, and and they're not going to do as well ever. The fans are all psyched up. The players are geeked up and rested.
Yeah, but now they've had a rest in Cleveland, and they can have Toronto against the world. They can. Their only friends in the city are themselves, and you bond and you find out whether you have a team or not, or whether you have a bunch of 12 individuals. So.
Yeah, I mean, what I see happening in the game is much of the same thing. The thing that will give the Raptors an advantage if they play bully ball to get rebounds. And I understand that they don't have, Pertl isn't a guy who's going to score a lot of points. He'll dunk the ball. He can shoot a layup, but he can get rebounds if you're not blocking him out.
I mean, come on.
Well, if you don't block people out, they will get rebounds and second opportunities. And this team, Toronto, they need second opportunities because
don't we all?
Well, without second opportunities, they're shooting 30 some odd percent on the season. And if you're shooting at that percentage, you need more shots at the basket to score the requisite amount of points. Now, the thing that amazed me about the whole thing, the Cavaliers still ended up with 126 points. The Cavaliers averaged 118 during the course of the season. The Raptors averaged 112, and they got 113. They have to do a better job of holding Cleveland's offense down more toward the 108 area to win basketball games against the Cavaliers. And that's all bench production for the Cavaliers. I mean, we have more people we can bring into the game than they do that can have an immediate impact by firing 3-point shots in or by sparking the team with little streaks like Strus did.
Yeah, I mean, you have the stats up, right? I don't have the stats up. Right. The Cavs had to have fuck all turnovers in that game. And that shows me, A, the Cavs were handling the ball well, and also, B, that Toronto wasn't pressuring their ass. I don't think there were a lot of Cav turnovers at all. I don't really remember many.
There were 15 Cavalier turnovers, and Harden had 4, Mitchell had 4. Schroeder, who I don't want to talk about, I
has a turnover every minute.
I don't understand the love affair, and I'm sitting here looking at this headline on Cleveland.com, an absolute menace, the story of how Dennis Schroeder joined the Cavs and gave them the edge they were missing. What in the fuck are they watching?
That's just nonsense.
Dennis Schroeder, that's propaganda. A lie. It's a prevarication. It has no truth. Dennis Schroeder has not made the Cavaliers a better team. And, and what they're saying is, well, what he's given them, is moxie. No! He does technical fouls. I mean, the guy isn't strong enough to play defense. He's a bad shooter. He makes bad judgments, and he gets teed up.
And he complains about it. So,
it's just ridiculous. And he's not going to be anywhere near the Cavaliers organization next year. They may be throwing him a headline to just try to make him feel better about himself. But the bottom line is that Proctor, if he does what Darius Garland refused to do and makes himself stronger in the offseason, you're going to see a lot more of Proctor on the floor. A lot more.
He's got a lot of upside.
Yeah. And that is not true of Dennis Schroeder whatsoever. So, if I have to say, what do I think the final score of the game's going to be? I think that they're going to try to muck it up. I think that they're going to foul and see if they can have mass fouls and get away with them. It seems to be a strategy against the Cavaliers, and see if the league is going to let them back into the series by allowing them to do things that are ridiculous. But
maybe, but I don't think the league cares that much about this series. I think they want to see the Cavs go through.
Yeah, you may be right. The thing is, I'm seeing a close game tonight. I'm seeing one of these games is going to be like 108 to 104. And it's
if people think this is going to be a Cavs blowout like it was in the first game, and that's what they're trying to get you to bet on, is that it's going to be a blowout. They're trying to get bookies money, it's not going to happen.
The other thing is, if the Cavaliers can run up double-digit leads, this team is not good. The Raptors are not good at coming back from these types of deficits, not like the Atlanta Hawks or the other faster teams that we have trouble with that can string 10, 12-point runs together. A 15-point lead is damn near lethal against this Raptors team, especially if it's in the second half of the game. And the Cavaliers were playing their best basketball coming out of the locker room in the third quarter.
Yeah, which is unusual. That's kind of that's not something they always do. So.
Up 7 in the first half, and then they come out and they go on a run, and it's based upon intensity. And they were prepared to come out and do what they had to do. When that lead got double digits, they couldn't make a meaningful dent into it.
I kept waiting for Toronto to catch up, and it never happened.
No, and the fire never even got started until we started putting in our scrubs at the end. It really is not. This is not a comeback from behind kind of miracle Raptors team.
No.
So.
Yeah, was watching the game on Prime on the big TV with the rest of the family, so that was quite unusual for me. But yeah, I kept on saying, "Oh, the Cavs always blow these leads in the third quarter," and they weren't blowing the lead, so they made me look stupid there by saying that they're going to blow the lead, and they never did.
I'm predicting a lower scoring game tonight and expecting it to be micromanaged, and who knows who's going to get the benefit of the calls. I'm going 108-104 Cavaliers, but again, whatever a win looks like, it's going to put immense pressure on the Raptors going home to perform, because all they have to do is drop one more and it's like, bye-bye, it's over. So hopefully we don't see too much of Dennis Schroeder, but I know that, Kenny Atkinson loves this guy, and I don't really know why.
He might have a sex tape on him. I don't know. I mean, is it always the same refereeing crew? I mean, do we have...
No, we're not. It's a completely different crew this time. So Tony Brothers will be someplace else, ruining the tempo of the game somewhere else.
Yeah, ruining that game somewhere else.
Now, meanwhile, it's the other thing that we're looking at is if we do get by the Raptors, and I'm not saying we look past them, but if we do get past them,
we're going to look past them now anyway, because this is a program.
Yeah,
Cow the Moose,
right? And so we're hopeful that the Cavaliers will win tonight, and then you have the Pistons and the Orlando Magic, and this was before I get into this, this is the new world.
Yeah, they're on Sky tonight here.
Yeah, I can pick it up that way if I want. I can pick it up on Peacock. Are they running it on NBC nationally as well?
I know it's Sky here, so if anybody has access to Sky.
But yeah, the screaming skull of an announcer. I mean, this guy was trying to come up with more platitudes than I could possibly.
He's coming up with some pretty funny analogies, like the Republic of Georgia one. I thought was good.
Well, it was like, quit trying to be funny and tell me what's happening in the game. It's like, shut the fuck up. And he's yelling and yelling and he's saying things that are inane. It is
the big series is the Knicks and Hawks, and that's on an hour after the Cavs start. So
all right, so NBC, so it is just Peacock.
Yes. Mark, you
can suck my Peacock.
It's just not Peacock. That's how you started to sound like when you said that.
Oh boy. So I'm watching, the Magic and the Pistons, and I'm chuckling to myself.
It's so JB Bickerstaff wasn't it?
It more than just that. It's like, when are people going to realize that having a really good regular season doesn't guarantee you anything unless you're a team that is in the favor of the NBA.
Unless you're Golden State back 10 years ago, or OKC now.
OKC, and you know what's going to happen is OKC against the Spurs, and it's going to be, know how it all goes. It's going to be Boston against OKC. And then, then the question becomes, well, what's going to happen? Who would you rather see in the finals? Would you rather see Wembanyama in there, or would you, and it's all for viewing. Breaking news by Mr. Talevsky is that Quickly is out, and boy, that's a kick in the nutsack.
We'll have to take him off of the thing here. Let's see if they're still on here. Yeah.
Wow. Again, if he's got a pull, the thing is he has a pulled calf.
Oh yeah, the calf thing. Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, that's like Tony's girlfriend.
Exactly.
She's good at pulling calves.
Well, funnily enough, he is no longer to be seen in these. Yeah, you can't.
What a coinky dink.
Yeah, he's not in here anymore.
Oh, for God's sakes. Yeah.
He's gone.
He's gone. Oh, whoa, yeah. So this
he's not there anymore.
This means that you're going to definitely see Colin Murray Boyles getting more minutes.
Yeah.
And they're going to hope that they can get, because he was 7 of 8 from the floor while he was on the floor, but he's not a 3-point shooter. He's another one of these guys who in college, he was a 26% 3-point shooter at South Carolina. He's not a long distance bomber, but he's 6'7" and he's got some range on him and he can get into the paint and score. And that's what I'm going to be looking at. Is I'm thinking that they're going to try to slow the game down, make it physical, and get the ball into the hands of Brandon Ingram in the mid-range. There'll be a lot more mid-range shooting, a lot less 3-point shooting. And if the Cavaliers start launching threes and missing them, that's going to definitely be the advantage of the Raptors. They're going to try to play like the Knicks play. That would be the best description I can give. And that just doesn't.
In fact, they are a lot like the Knicks.
They're not as good. They don't have a Jalen Brunson. They don't have a guy who they can depend upon. If the game is close, who's their go-to?
Yeah, they don't have that all-star guy.
No,
that's exactly right.
I mean, we've got two heads of the snake, veterans who are proven scorers, and it's tough. But
I don't think quickly is not playing if he's no longer on any of these.
Yeah, and Richard, I know everything was not listed on ESPN when I looked. What is your source, David, as far as quickly being out? Please verify. And I believe David implicitly.
I'm totally agreeing with David, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just curious what the source is so we can source where we're getting our information. So if you're out there, David, let us know who is letting you know. But what I was shaking my head at about the Magic and the Pistons was that for a team that had all of this good fortune during the regular season, they're extremely limited. Hey, Big Lurker UK, how you doing?
Oh, Big Lurker UK. We had a big game against each other on Sunday morning, him and I, and we had a draw. But we're still ahead of him.
So I guess I was surprised that the Pistons just Duran disappeared. A 7-foot man completely disappeared in space. I mean, I don't know what happened.
He disappeared more than Jared Allen has ever disappeared.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a no-show.
Unless he was ill or something. I don't know, man.
It was all Cade Cunningham, who played up to his reputation, 39 points, and he did very well. But Tobias Harris was 5 of 15 from the floor. I mean, the bad offense that we saw from JB was in full vision for everyone to see. And there were no defensive adjustments. I mean, Wagner was going to the hoop at will.
Yeah, he was like singing an opera every time down the court, wasn't he?
I mean, it was crazy in the fourth quarter of that game because it was there for the taking for either team. The Pistons would just get back into the thing and be within a point or two.
Yep. It never happened. Yeah, I was expecting Duran to come over and give Franz a big old whack on the head on one of these times he was under basket.
Yeah, where's that badass attitude and physicality? The guy was just, I mean, there were plays where he brought the ball up the court and just went down the lane in one fell swoop and laid the ball in on 3 or 4 occasions. I mean, I don't understand what happened. Yep. I know the people in Detroit know what happened because this is 11 home games in a row that they've lost in the playoffs, which is a crazy statistic. I mean, you would think that just out of the sheer excitement of being there, that adrenaline, but no, 11 first home game losses in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Game one at home, you can't give that up. Now, maybe they'll get away with it because we saw the Magic quit in their penultimate game before they managed to get through.
Oh yeah, they shocked me by getting through. In fact, I kind of
they played a great game.
Yeah, I said that they weren't going to get through, and that the Hornets were going to get through, and I was wrong about that. So yeah, love to see Cunningham in it. No, I don't.
You're not gonna. I mean,
he would not fit here in Cleveland either.
And Cade, it's interesting seeing Cade Cunningham and Paolo Banchero playing on the same court together. Banchero is a much bigger man. Although, I mean, look, if you stood next to Cade Cunningham, he's big too. But Banchero is a brick house. I mean, he is just. Yeah. But both of them have questionable range as far as 3-point shots, and honestly, that was overcome by Cunningham. He played a great game, but he was the only one. And at crunch time, it was Wagner, not Banchero. It was a very strange turnaround. And the two guys who were putting up shots were Wagner and Bane. Those were the guys who were doing the damage. So, the question that you have, and Beef Stewart was invisible. All the things that we've been hearing about what enforcers they are, it wasn't there.
No, they looked more like pussies than enforcers. So I don't know what to tell you.
Well, what I believe, and I don't want to be too harsh on people because, the world's been harsh on the Cavaliers as far as their playoff performances in years past. I just don't see, with the exception of Cunningham, an abject star player who can pull the Pistons. I mean, if you're like second go-to guy, it is Tobias Harris.
Yeah, that's not good.
And your Duncan Robinson is a guy who, if you leave him wide open, he can drain threes. But if you put a body on him, he can't make anything. And if Duran, who really was scoring like 20 some odd points a game, average in the end of the season, and really had come on strong, he can't afford to have games like that. Where are the points going to come from? So, and it just looked like the energy wasn't there. And the first thing that came into my mind, and when I looked at the stats of the game, it was like the thing that stood out to me was Banchero played 37 minutes, Wagner 32. And for Wagner, that's a lot because he had missed so much time. Wendell Carter played 37, Bane played 35, and Suggs played 36. I mean, you're looking at an Orlando Magic team that the only guys,
no bench.
Yeah. Well, the only two guys who played meaningful minutes off the bench were Anthony Black and De Silva. Those were the only two guys. Yeah. So those were like 21, 22 minute games, minutes per game for them. But they're playing guys. They're going to play them to death, just like JB is doing to his team. I mean, Tobias Harris, who's no spring chicken, played 36 minutes. Duncan Robinson was at 26 because, he was minus 14 on the court. Duncan Robinson can't play a lick of defense. Duran, who was a minus 21, which is unbelievable, played 33 minutes. Cade Cunningham got burned 40 minutes. He was forced to be on the floor. 40 fucking minutes.
And he had the ball for like 35 of those.
I mean, and this is JB Bickerstaff.
Yeah.
Well,
the weird thing about that series is that they don't play again until Wednesday night. I mean, they have tonight off, they have tomorrow night off, and they don't play till Wednesday. So you're playing game 2 when other teams are about to play their game 3 on the following night. So that's just like a long time to sit around and have to stew about. I could see Detroit, the wheels completely coming off. They come out, slow Wednesday night, man.
Well, I can tell you just from my limited experiences in athletics, when you play a season that's 82 games long and at the pace that they're being played, and your best players very often are only playing 66, so they'll be in consideration to hit the magic 65 for awards at the end of the year.
Correct.
And nobody is holding up for 82 games. There are no Iron Men playing at this tempo, but your body doesn't heal. The pace that these guys are playing at and the age that they are, 2 or 3 days off can leave you stale as easily as it can give you rest. It's a very difficult thing.
Yeah, that might be part of the thing for these first round games of the teams that weren't in the play-in, but the Cavs and most of these teams didn't play in the play-in, so they were all in the same boat. But to sit another 3 days again, that's bizarre. I mean,
it's the scheduling.
It's all TV and greed and streaming. There has to be games every fucking night, and that fucks up with the players' schedules.
Yeah, it's I guess the way that I'm seeing the Pistons and the Magic, this is flip a coin, because each team is going to be playing their best players mammoth minutes.
Yeah, and one of them's going to be dead.
And Suggs playing 36 minutes. It's a matter of time until Suggs gets hurt, because he's frail. He has been hurt all the time.
All the time.
And and the way Wagner's season has gone, he just got his knee bumped in the game, and he was limping. He's like, it's up here too. He's been hurt so much this year.
That reminds me, how's Anthony Edwards, man? Because I saw part of that game, and I knew that fucking Minnesota were toast when he got hit again. He looked like he hurt his leg or his knee or something or other. And if he can't play at 100%, that team is fucking fucked. I mean,
well, you live and die with the stars. This is the way it works. But I'll tell you one thing: when you're in the fourth quarter and it matters the most, you see who teams rely upon. And when you saw the Lakers win game 1, and
Luke.
But who took the ball over the fourth quarter was LeBron James. LeBron James handled the ball. He had I believe he had a near triple double in that game. And
I think he stole the guy to do something or other because of that game. I forget what it was.
He was running the offense, passing to people, getting the ball to open people, and and Rick May has done his usual good work. Tonight at 7, and then game 3 will be at Toronto on Thursday.
On Prime. Game 3 will be on Prime in Toronto.
Yep. But I mean, that again is stop and think. I mean, that's Tuesday and Wednesday off, and I'm sure the players feel good about it.
Traveling. They're not sitting around in some hotel room in some city they don't know. Yeah.
And what the Raptors are hoping for is that they pull even, and that way quickly will be healed enough to play at home. And yes, this we know, the Guardians are and Slade Ciccone against the Astros tonight.
Can we send the Astros back to the National League? They should go fuck themselves. I am sick of the Astros.
Well, a nice little quick segue that I wanted to
segue.
Yeah. Guardians catcher Austin Hedges proposes to his girlfriend.
She is fucking fire, man. Where'd he get her from?
Well, yeah, I mean, this is really interesting. I wanted to share a screen.
You think she'd be able to pull a power hitting right fielder, instead of, a noodle hitting catcher. But anyway.
Yeah, well, I mean,
my thinking there.
There's a lot of competition,
Yeah.
And here we go. We're gonna put this on stage.
Oh, God bless Austin Hedges. Yeah, there you go.
Austin's got the craziest fucking eyes in the world.
Yeah, he's got sort of that Ryan Day crazy eyed thing going on there.
Yeah. And Rick.
He scored.
Bingo!
As Jimmy Haslam would say, he hit a home run with that one.
Yeah, she's 21 years old. All right.
Well, there you go. Don't put her near Rick Manning or Bill Belichick. Just don't go there. Just don't introduce her to Rick Manning there, Austin.
Well, all right. So I'm going to stop sharing that, but for a reason. Because I'm going to share something else with you because I guess this
not
is
Grady Dick, are you?
Not Grady Dick. No, nor Grady's Dick. I'm not
Grady's Dick.
Oh, I hope I don't have Grady's Dick. All right. So we're going to share this now and add it to the stage. This is. You're wondering what Austin saw in her?
Yeah.
All right. So just go to Instagram because Instagram is where beautiful young women latch on. And I shouldn't be saying this because I don't know what their relationship is.
I like the one with the cowboy hat. That is quite quality.
Yeah. I mean, woohoo. Yeah. Rider cowboy. Yeah. But I mean, here's Crazy Eyes. He's Crazy Eyes Killer.
Yeah, he's got that sort of Miami Vice villain drug dealer look about him in that one. Doesn't he? Like you expect Crockett and Tubbs to come in and fucking do him. Yeah. That is awesome.
Well, I mean, that Austin Hedges was married before?
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, I mean,
to Dennis Eckersley's wife.
Rick Manning's ex-girlfriend. All right, so we'll stop sharing, and I'm going to share this because I think
it's like the highlight of the program, man. It reminds me back when Leroy used to show his babes at the end of the program.
Oh, for God's sakes! I mean,
I was do that anymore.
No, it was just objectifying people, and it was like what I'm doing now.
Exactly.
And
it was disgusting, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So now here we go. And
Mo, it's an aberration, Mo.
Well, I mean,
licensed esthetician. What?
Look, it's vague.
What is that?
It's vague. This was Austin Hedges' first wife. Okay. And
she's out there with the pool boy, or what happened?
I don't know, but they were divorced in 2023. They were married for 4 years. And
what do they see in this guy? Maybe Austin Hedges is big under the hedges. I don't know.
He's got a big bat.
Big hedge. Yeah, he's
got not in the games, but somewhere else. His bat connects.
His bat connects. Yeah.
I'm sorry about doing this, folks. I wish them nothing but the best.
We normally do not delve into this sort of realm, but we figured if you're going to go public with your proposal and do it at the fucking stadium where all these people are watching, you got to expect this sort of treatment, don't you?
Yep.
Does it normally every other baseball player, and there's literally thousands of baseball players out there, do not propose on their field. They do it somewhere else. So
who is Lexi Dickinson? Meet Austin Hedges' fiance. She keeps a low profile. No,
not now.
A low neckline.
Yeah.
I know. But she has become known among fans through her relationship with Hedges. She posts updates about her daily life, which includes her workout and health practices, to her social media accounts.
As you do.
I just... But it's just for fans only. Okay.
You're just looking mischievous there, aren't you, Mr. Moohead?
Fans only. Don't throw hate at me, please. No, I hope they're very happy.
Aesthetic nurse practitioner. Wow, I don't know what that is, man.
Prosthetic. It's like, oh my God, she doesn't have a left leg, but no, it's not that. Oh, for God's sakes.
Wow.
So we'll move along from that because it's, So the Guardians are atop the Central 13-10, a game ahead of the Tigers. And I wanted to share something besides plunging necklines with you. The Guardians have two relievers who are going to drive every fan crazy. And of course, one is Matt Festa.
How did they lose that game the other day?
Well, you've got Matt Festa on one hand, and then you've got this Sean Armstrong. And Sean Armstrong is the rematerialization of Eli Morgan, and every washed up bozo can hump the fastball up to maybe 90, 91 miles an hour. I mean, yeah, exactly. And doesn't have the requisite stuff. And Armstrong has an over 10 earned run average this year.
That's
and
good.
Actually, it's interesting because when the ball leaves the bat, he reminds me more of Neil Armstrong.
Yeah.
Boom. But what we do have is we have two guys in the minor leagues who really are the ones we're hoping for. Daniel Espino, who's had a lot of injury problems. He of the 97 mile an hour fastball is the guy who would clock out most closely to Class A and to Cade Smith. His career, though, it's really a shame. When he was assigned to the AA Akron Rubber Ducks to begin the 2022 season, he made 4 starts for the team. He was a starting pitcher at the time. He recorded a 1-0 record with a 2.45 earned run average with 35 strikeouts in 18 innings, and he looked like he was on the fast train to move up to AAA. But he was placed on with patellar tendonitis, and he missed the rest of the 2022 season.
God, that sounds like Jared Allen.
But then in December, it was announced that he had missed the remainder of the year because of a sore right shoulder. This is where hell begins. On February 20th, 2023, he was shut down for 8 weeks throwing after suffering a right shoulder strain and additional muscle tear in the same shoulder. It was announced then he would miss 12 to 14 months after undergoing a right shoulder anterior capsule repair surgery. The Guardians selected Espino's contract on November 14th, 2023, adding him to their 40-man roster. But then on March 14th of 2024, it was announced that Espino had undergone another surgery to repair new shoulder capsule damage and his rotator cuff. The procedure was expected to prevent him from pitching during 2024. He was optioned to AAA Columbus to begin the 2025 season. However, he only made 1 start for Columbus, taking the loss after allowing 3 runs on 3 hits in 2/3 of an inning. And he was optioned to AAA to begin this season. But his arm looks better, and he's off to a good start with a sub-2 earned run average at AAA. It's a guy to keep your eyes on, folks, because he's got genuine stuff. And if the real problem, the underlying problem, was the rotator cuff, we know people can come back from that. The other guy we have at AAA is Andrew Walters, who we got a look at last year. He pitched 11 innings in playoff time and was unscored upon. And he also had some injury problems. when he came up on the 40-man roster on September 12th of 2024, he made 9 scoreless appearances in his rookie season, striking out 6 and 8 2/3 innings pitched. He was optioned at AAA to begin 2025. He was recalled to the majors last year in May, but left his second appearance with an injury and was transferred to a 60-day injured list. And he underwent season-ending surgery to repair his right latissimus dorsi muscle. That's in your side, and that could be twisted out, and it's really nasty on June the 9th. But he is also doing extremely well right now in AAA. These two guys, if they can continue to be healthy, these are the next 2 relief pitchers who are going to replace these other bozos who just can't get people out. And it's one of the reasons why the Guardians are only 13-10, because their starting pitching has been like immaculate.
Yes.
So, it's
and it's starting in probably about 10 minutes.
Yep. The Guardian, and yeah, I've said everything I wanted to say today.
I'm trying to remember. There was something I wanted to say, and I can't remember.
Yes,
I can't remember what it was now, but yeah.
Yeah. What I would say is good luck to the Cavaliers. Go Cavs. Let's play our game. Play within ourselves. Let's get the ball to open shooters, and let's see if we can get a few more threes to drop, because they're going to be shooting a lot of 2s tonight. I can guarantee you they're going to be working the ball down into Ingram, and they're going to be working the ball, down to Scotty Barnes, and they're going to get to the free throw line and muck the game up. That's what they're going to do. And if you can score some 3s to their 2s, they're still going to be playing going uphill. And that's very hard for this team to overcome deficits. And if you get on a tear where a guy like Merrill just starts throwing them in from the ocean, then they have something really to overcome that they're not really configured to overcome. So let's hope for the best.
Yeah, the thing I now remember what I wanted to say. I mean, I had thought that the 1-8 series and the 2-7 series were going to be harder than they would have looked on paper. The 1-8 one is proving, but the Celtics killed the 76ers. And you know why? The 76ers started off the game 2 of 16 from 3. I mean, if you do 2 of 16 against the Celtics, I mean, what would Tommy Heinsohn say about that? You're not going to win.
Well, I mean, Maxey would have to play out of his ass. For the 76ers, without Joel Hans Embiid to beat you, it has to be...
you have to have Maxey and Edgecombe, and you have to...
zigzag up and down the floor, and,
But they could not hit a shot,
Well, and that's the end of that. And part of it, to be honest with you, part of it is just that Celtics thing that they have.
Aura, yes. Tommy Heinsohn.
Yeah.
Bob Cousy.
I'm dead and I can feel it. Okay? Yeah. The way I look at it is the 76ers don't belong on the same court. Even it's their home court, it doesn't matter. It's our home court because of the fucking leprechaun.
Exactly. Fucking leprechaun.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But go Cavs, go Guards, and let's get game 2 and be able to talk about the next time we're on the air. Well, it'll be
game 4.
It'll be game 4. And hey, I'll tell you, the more we get an idea of how we're playing and we rest some of our guys, let's see if Jalen Tyson can start contributing. That would be so important for this team. And let's see
if you want predictions from me, I'm going to say Donovan may get his 40 points today. Harden probably won't get 20, and Merrill will be the one with the 3s tonight, not Strus.
Well, let's see how it plays out. Bronk, thanks to everybody else for tuning into this edition of Moohead Radio. Appreciate the support. And let's give our Cavaliers and Guardians our support tonight.
Yeah, go Guardians. Fuck the Astros. They can go fuck themselves.
And until Friday, hasta la vista, Pastor Heads. Good night.